You're listening to the Social Selling Simplified podcast. Stick around if you too are obsessed with learning things that actually work and believe that success leaves clues. We're all about identifying results-producing roadmaps and getting super clear on how to scale and grow your online business. From part-timer to president, social selling expert Ashley Shaw will help you connect the dots and take the guesswork out of what works to grow a social selling empire. It's time to hear from social selling legends, listen in on truthful conversations, and learn the best tips and tricks to reduce the marketing overwhelm so you can build the social selling business of your dreams. If you're ready to go all in, no holding back, and build the business you've always wanted, you're in the right place. Here's your host, educator, social selling guru, and fitness industry OG, Ashley Shaw.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Social Selling Simplified. I'm your host, Ashley Shaw, and today's episode is a very, very huge episode that you're going to be so grateful that you're listening to. Now, this episode is all about the 4-part consistent paycheck formula. The number one thing that I hear from people in the fitness and wellness and nutrition industry is it is so damn hard to figure out how to get a consistent paycheck and how to build that momentum with your income so that you're not investing just a ton of hours and not making anything. And all of a sudden, what you thought was going to be a business is now an expensive hobby. So this episode is really going to pull together authentic selling and how to get super clear on who you're talking to, who your ideal customer is, so that you can sell authentically. Because at the basis of creating a consistent paycheck and creating a consistent income without spending tons of hours doing so, you really, really need to get clear on who you're talking to and how you're going to draw them in, because there are a ton of other people doing what looks like on the outside, the exact same thing. So the more clear that this can become for you, it just becomes so much easier to call out your ideal customers, speak directly to them, and build a money machine that keeps producing month over month. So how the episode is laid out is it's laid out actually into 4 parts. Each of those parts is included, so you don't have to go back and search around for the episode. It is all right in this episode that you're listening today. So you're going to hear the 4 parts to creating a consistent paycheck. So buckle in, guys. This information took me, I was paying $150 from a branding coach to learn this stuff. So guys, this will be, even though it's free, it's going to be some of the best training that you have ever received. And I know that because when I started implementing the things I'm going to be talking about, it literally took me from an expensive hobby to building the foundation to build a 6 and then 7-figure business. So you are in the right place if that is your number one goal and you are just looking for the puzzle pieces to connect everything together. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode as much as I enjoyed recording it, and I would love to hear your comments and feedback. So make sure you drop your biggest takeaways. All right, guys, here it is. Why are some coaches able to become financially independent while others are still struggling with an expensive hobby? Why can some coaches build a consistent paycheck while others are losing money and they end up quitting? And why are some coaches able to build a strong, profitable business while others are feeling stuck and hopeless? In this free training series, I'm going to share the answers to these questions so you too can grow a business that allows you to stay home and coach full-time while making a full-time income. If that sounds like you, stay with me. Hi, my name is Ashley Shaw. I'm the founder of the Authentic Marketing Funnel and the founder of Business Bootcamp for Fitness Coaches and the creator of the Social Selling Simplified podcast. And I actually only had 7,012 followers on Instagram when I hit 7 figures. I grew my online coaching business from 0 clients to over 8,500 coaches paying me to help them with their social media. I've served a community of 47,000 coaches, and my husband took the last 19 months off work so we could travel the world with our 19-month-old daughter, Coco. I want to welcome you to my brand new 4-part series, the 4-part consistent paycheck formula. Now, in this first part of the training, you're going to discover why this proven method for building a consistent paycheck can help. This is going to immediately help you build consistency and momentum and start feeling achievement again in your business. Now, once you get this down, you'll start experiencing what it's like to start growing your business and really start seeing it take off. If you're a coach, but you don't know how to build financial independence, or you want to build a consistent and growing business, stay with me because you're going to discover why coaches like you and me can grow your coaching business and why it's critical you learn how to build a consistent paycheck right now. The goal of this series is really simple. It's to help you easily become financially independent and build a consistent paycheck. In this episode, I'm going to show you what's possible when you focus on moving one person through your customer value journey and start thinking about your coaching business in a totally different way. And that will give you a greater opportunity to experience what it's like to be intentional in your business and to speak directly to a single person. And that amazing feeling comes back of actually being able to help people again. So are you ready to make this happen? Before we dig in, I've got to warn you about something critically important, and not paying attention to this virtually guarantees staying stuck in your business. Now, right now, you might think you need to talk to everyone in your social media posts, but what if it didn't have to be that way? What if instead you focused on helping one person when it came to your posts and your reels and your stories? Now, I get that this really could be totally different from what you've heard before about building your coaching business, but I promise that it exists and it's a thing. This fundamental shift is actually the number one reason why this proven method works so well. In fact, you might have already tried to find customers and attract your audience, either using what I call the spray and pray method or doing what you're told and just sharing your journey. Now, either way, it didn't work out the way you hope. So today, you're going to see how to do this in a totally different way. Now, I'm sure you'll agree, trying to become financially independent and build a consistent paycheck isn't always as simple as some people make it seem. It definitely comes with challenges. Like maybe you're unsure of how to find people you can help and you aren't seeing results with what you're putting out there, or even thought that maybe this business isn't for you. You wonder, can I really become financially independent and build a consistent paycheck with this business? Now, if this sounds familiar, I totally get it. So many of us coaches have tried the exact same things. We've heard that little voice of doubt in our head wondering, is this even possible? And I'm here to show you that it is. And that's why in this episode, I'm going to demystify the process of authentically pulling people to you on social media, which is going to save you a ton of time. Now, in this first episode, I'm going to share my proven method that I've developed after years of trial and error. I call this the social posting strategy. So if you're feeling stuck with social media, this will serve as a tremendous resource to eliminate that frustration and help you actually find people that you can help. Maybe you're a fitness coach trying to build a business around workouts, or maybe you're a nutrition coach wanting to build a business around supplements or nutritional programs. Now, either way, you're in the right place because after this episode, you'll know how to use social media as a tool to make people aware of you and engage with you, which are so fundamental to building a profitable business. So I've developed this framework for you because I saw so many coaches and people in fitness and nutrition, also in network marketing, becoming completely sidetracked while trying to find people organically. And for example, I saw some health and fitness coaches who were trying to grow their coaching business and find their people on social media before they knew how to build a base of authenticity and also while being intentional so that people would know, like, and trust them. And not just any people, but specifically the people that they wanted to help and the people that were their ideal customers. And if you're inexperienced at how to do this and you aren't getting the engagement or getting the ideal customers that you want, it's often because that foundation isn't in place. And I could go on and on and on, but I know us coaches, we need clarity because in full transparency, that was my story too. Now, before I outline the idea of the social posting strategy and the specifics, you might be wondering how I got into all of this and how I figured it out. So let me tell you so you can understand where it's coming from. When I first started with building my business using social media, I had no idea what I was doing. So I just wrote post to post, and I always tried to strike up conversations with anyone I thought that might be interested in my products. The thing was, it wasn't working quickly or effectively. There was also that option of cold messaging people, but I definitely wasn't sure if I could because it definitely felt uncomfortable to ask people that I had never spoken to or never had a relationship with. And I was scared of reaching out to people and continuously following up because I was fearful of being that annoying girl. And to be honest, I doubted that I could do it because I wasn't very good at social media or knowing the steps that I needed to take. I was good at writing, but I had no idea how that really connected to my marketing in social media. So on top of that, I figured there being so much information and resources out there, it really made me all over the place and it left me feeling extremely overwhelmed with what to do. So if any of this sounds familiar, let me tell you, I know exactly what that's like. I felt hopeless and I really questioned whether I could do it or not. But I was tired of spinning my wheels and I knew that building a business with lots of customers coming to me was key to building a consistent paycheck. So I set out to find a way to make it happen. And once I got past my objections and began investing in myself, I started seeing massive growth. I set out to do this and it's happened. And I now get customers every day from social media and people that are actually reaching out to me. So it allows me to build a consistent income without all the ups and downs, which is exactly what I was going for. And if you're ready to feel confident that this business will work and it can provide for your family, you're going to love what's coming up next because this story doesn't stop with me. Everything I'm about to share with you is the exact plan I followed to build a consistent income, and it's led me to build a 7-figure business. More importantly, this means you'll be able to use the same proven method to do the same in your business too. And that's definitely what I want for all of you. All coaches could use that, which is why I want to make this easy for you. So coming up, I'll share just how I do it. Now, the purpose of understanding the social posting strategy that we use at the Fitness Leader Institute is to help you quickly know what it takes to get the right people coming to you on social media so you can turn them into paying customers. So to get started, I want you to keep notes. So grab a pen and paper, hit pause, and do that now. Once you're ready, let's continue. Hey coach, I finally have something that I've been dreaming of providing for you. I know that you definitely didn't start this business because you really felt like pestering your friends and family and getting ghosted by everyone. Chasing people down or having to follow up with them is definitely hard work, and it can feel so awkward and uncomfortable for everyone involved. But your upline probably told you that this is what successful people do, and they didn't mention to you that unless you're this superstar salesperson right off the bat, you're going to struggle forever if you keep doing it that old school way. 99% of coaches quit because they suddenly declare themselves this expert online and then go back and ask everyone who knew them to just start buying from them when they just started working out last week. And this problem applies to all network marketers, not just coaches. But the 1% that actually succeed have made it because they've caught on to a different system that's been proven to work. And it's just something that nobody really talks about. It's all about taking some simple steps to position yourself as an influencer first. So soon, instead of asking people to talk to you, you'll attract ideal customers who are already excited to learn from you and buy from you. They'll know exactly what you're about and how you can help them. Go to ashleyshaw.ca/FYourUpline to learn more and see exactly what I'm talking about. You don't have to hunt people down and make them talk to you in order to get your bills paid for the rest of your life. Check out my short book called F What Your Upline Said and get an entirely different approach that will feel much more organic and authentic. That's ashleyshaw.ca/FYourUpline. I'm so excited for you to start implementing these 4 simple changes in your business and see how it absolutely transforms how you feel about your business and the results that you're able to get. So, as we go through each part of the proven system, I want you to identify obvious areas of opportunity for your current situation. Are you ready? Let's get started. this is the 5-part social posting strategy that we use at the Fitness Leader Institute. So part number 1 here is to understand the value journey. The one thing that coaches always get wrong is they think that they need to sell on social media. The purpose of social media is actually not to sell. It is a journey. So it starts with people, they need to become aware of you, right? Think about dating for a sec. They need to see that profile, Tinder, Plenty of Fish, whatever it is. They need to see that first profile. So they become aware of you. Then the opportunity there is to move them into engage with you. So that means that they're sending messages back and forth. They might be liking, commenting, sharing your posts, all those sort of things, right? That is really the purpose of social media, is for people to become aware of you and then to engage with you. From there, you actually want to take the conversation outside of social media. So it could be into maybe your DMs, but I really love to use email at this point and move them into my email list so I can have a more direct conversation. So I think one of the things people get caught up on is that they think they have to do the whole thing. They have to try to sell everyone on social media. And that's just not how relationships work. If you met somebody on a dating website and the first thing that they said are like, oh, are you on a journey to find a husband too or a wife too? Like, it would be weird. And that's what it is. It's just plain weird trying to just sell on social media. Okay, part number 2 here is know who you're speaking to. You need to know who your ideal customer is so that you can speak directly to them. There is no way that your posts will slow the scroll or your reels or your stories if you don't know what your ideal customer is really thinking about. Not everyone is your ideal customer, and that is really important to understand. You don't want every Rick, Sally, and Jane to be following your posts and commenting if they are never going to buy from you. That is a huge waste of time. You need to know exactly who you're speaking to and that they are actually your ideal customers. It is so important to not waste time on the other people out there that might be engaging or commenting. And if you're speaking to everyone, you're really speaking to no one, which comes into the 3rd point here. Part 3 here is speak directly to your ideal customer. I know you've been told just share your story and just make sure you're consistent and post every day and just show up. But guys, that is not a good use of your time. You need to speak directly to your ideal customer as if they are the only person reading your message. Because if you speak to everyone, it gets watered down. Your ideal customer will not pick up that you are actually talking to them, and you will not make the progress that you want to make. So part 3 here is to make sure you are speaking directly to your ideal customer. Okay, part number 4 is that there are actually 17 different types of posts that we use at the Fitness Leader Institute. So what that means is that you don't want to just be posting to post. You need to have a strategy built in to what you are posting, because there are different things that people are overcoming or different steps they need to take in order to move forward. So if you're just randomly throwing out posts and you have no intentional strategy behind them, you're going to have a really hard time moving people from maybe unaware that they have a problem to problem aware to solution aware, because your posts are not intentional and they're not going through and actually doing that and moving people down that customer value journey. So you need to be intentional about what you're posting and not just post the same things, just sharing your journey all the time. Part number 5 here is tackle limiting beliefs and knock them down. So you need to deeply understand what limiting beliefs your ideal customer has, and then you need to be moving to knock them down, because unless the dominoes are being knocked down, people are not going to move forward in those stages of change, right? We have people that are not ready to change, and if we cannot provide the right social media posts to get them to take a step forward in action, then you're never going to get them to become a customer. So your posts have to have some intentional strategy here of tackling limiting beliefs and helping to knock them down. Now that you're clear about what the purpose of your social media strategy is, the big question is, how do you move people now to actually trust you, right? Because hands down, this is the most important key to growth for coaches. If you don't get people to see you as an authority and trust you, they'll never buy from you. Because if you feel like you're always just trying to sell people on social media, it means you'll always feel stuck and frustrated and you won't see consistent results. So what if instead you felt like you could truly get them to trust you, and that's actually what you were intentionally doing? It doesn't mean having to work harder. It's about changing your mindset around the purpose of social media and the other pieces of your marketing strategy. a way better result for the same amount of effort. It's totally possible. Now, what strategy do you need in place to inspire trust and confidence? That's exactly what I'll show you in the next part of this series. So if you're a coach, this will serve as the foundation. So you'll see how to actually get your mind in the right place first, because you can't build a profitable business just on social media alone. There are other tools that you need. So if you're trying to build a business just using social, you'll never be able to scale it up into this money-making machine that runs on autopilot. You need an authentic trust-building system to help separate you from other coaches and help establish you as an authority. Once you know exactly what to do, you'll see how easy it is to grow your business consistently, and I'll show you how to do that in the next part of the series. Before we go today, I'd love to hear from you. Tell me, what would life look like if you could stop having an expensive hobby and start creating a business that produced an income that allowed you to be financially independent? How would life be different when you had consistent paychecks rolling in, without you feeling like this business may not work? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to read every single one and I'll respond to as many as I can. And if you're finding this series useful, please share it and tag me or even send it to a fellow coach. What you've learned here today is a simple process for establishing how to use social media as a springboard for success in your business. It will be a game changer in helping you establish trust and rapport and move people down the customer journey. It's a key step along the way to reaching your goal. And that's when you can build a profitable business and, more importantly, build a consistent business that makes money. And what you're learning in this training puts you on the right path to get there. Next up, we'll talk about how to get a trust-building process in place by following a simple authority-building process to help you achieve a full-time paycheck and have the flexibility to stay home if you want and even retire your spouse if that's where you want to take this. I can't wait to help you in the next part of this training series.
Thanks for taking the time to level up today. If you're ready to commit to personal and professional growth, move forward, make money, and grow your health and fitness business, head to my free community on Facebook, Business Bootcamp for Fitness Coaches, so I can support you every step along the way. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and we'll see you right back here next week on Social Selling Simplified.